This video is sponsored by Italki. I really hope no motorcycle comes through while I'm walking down here. Meet my Vietnamese teacher named Duc. He's gonna be planning my entire trip from start to finish.
Hi Ethan, thanks for having me today. I am excited to share with you some insights into my beautiful country.
When I visit Da Nang, what hotel should I stay at?
In Da Nang, I highly recommend the place called Daisy Boutique Hotel. The architecture there is really cool and the staff are great.
Oh wow, this is beautiful. Nice, we get some complimentary fruity drinks. I don't even know what this is. And a wet towel, which is cold. And that's quite common in Southeast Asia because it's so hot here. Who would want a warm towel? A few notes from the drive over. It was just like 10 minutes. One thing that I noticed is that there is a lot more honking than there is in Thailand. Honking is almost used as like a turn signal or basically just saying get out of my way. My driver honked basically the entire way here. My first impression of the hotel was that they had really friendly staff. They sat down and explained the surrounding area and all of the activities within walking distance.
Motorbike or car rental.
And Duc was right. The hotel itself was beautiful. Believe it or not, this bad boy is $40 a night. It even has a full kitchen and a stovetop, which is quite rare to find. Our own private porch, which is kind of inside, halfway outside. And also on top of that, the room smells like peppermint, so that's the biggest sell, okay? It smells delicious. But enough about the hotel, let's go hit the town. First thing on our to-do list is to head to an ATM because we can't do anything without cash. First thing that I noticed was the small sidewalks with cars parked all over them. And you can't help but notice all of the honking. It's very interesting. When walking around Vietnam, what is the biggest danger that I should watch out for?
Yeah, I think it's important to be cautious about the traffic here. Sometimes it gets really chaotic, so yeah, be careful when you walk.
This will be a joy. We have the green walk light, but they're still coming. I made it though. Also, if you look closely at the people driving on motorbikes, everyone's wearing jackets, and it is about 90 degrees out right now. She's in sweatpants and a jacket. All these people coming up, jackets. I don't know how they're doing it because I'm sweating and I'm in a t-shirt. We've made it. Time to get some moolah. Oh, free money on the ground. What, 1,000? Haha, look at that. But we took out 3 million, so I mean really, who's counting? What is one aspect of nature that I can see in Da Nang?
And of course, you can go to the beach.
Which I've heard in this town is very nice. This town kind of reminds me of just a beach town in the US. Very simple streets, near the ocean, palm trees everywhere, light traffic, nothing too crazy, and very fresh ocean air. It's interesting because it goes from not groomed at all with trash to perfectly manicured within a few feet. Oh look, durian.
Coconut coffee, but delicious.
Oh, coconut coffee.
Wait, do you have coconut smoothies?
Coconut smoothie, okay, coconut smoothie.
Yes.
Use one.
Just one. So right here, this is durian, a fruit famous in Southeast Asia. If you've ever been here, you probably have heard of it. It is one of the worst smelling fruits you will smell in your life, probably. I can't really describe the smell, but the taste is very sweet and it takes a while to get used to it. It's so smelly that it's actually banned from most hotels and a lot of public places. This place is so busy. Very good. It's unlike any coconut smoothie I've ever gotten, actually. It almost has the texture of whipped cream. I was quite impressed with the beach. The sand looks pretty clean so far. It was clean, pretty, and there were maybe 10 people actually on the beach. Most were on the boardwalk, so you could have this entire beach to yourself. And the water is about as clear as it gets. Woo! No, no, no. The beach looks absolutely gorgeous. I just wanted to check it out because I've heard a lot about it. It's one of the main attractions in this town. Are there any good restaurants in the area that you would recommend?
Definitely, there's a vegan restaurant which I really love. So if you want to meet up when you're here, we can go there. But first, we can meet up at a cafe which I really like, also called the Sao Cafe.
Oh, there's a puppy.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Hello, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hi. All 12 of those people just said hello to me. The people here are so nice. Seriously, every other country that I've been to, people hide from my camera. Hello. We grabbed some coffee and then headed over to the restaurant that Duc likes. Looks like the kitchen's outside, majority of it. At least the veggies are washed in those bins and then dishes are done out here.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that, just tea?
It's tea.
What kind of tea is that?
I'm not sure, but it tastes like seaweed.
Seaweed?
It tastes like seaweed. I'm not sure what else.
And it was quite good. I would give it about a 9 out of 10.
This is vegetarian, so the ingredients is also a little bit different. Normally the noodle will not be this color. This will be either white or yellow.
This one right there is very similar to a pasta salad you'd find in the US. All of the food was delicious and had a bunch of flavors that I'd never really tried before. It tasted very healthy and light, mostly noodles, broth, and vegetables. Is there any street food that you would suggest not eating?
I think there's anything related to fish sauce or shrimp sauce. How much is it?
120,000. The restaurant's name is Tuk Duong Bao An. I'm very sorry for butchering that. I chatted with the owner for a little bit and she was a very kind lady. She's very nice. I guess you go there a lot. She seemed to know you.
My third time.
Really?
Yeah.
She's really nice.
Yeah. And the first time I met her.
Is that just how people are here, or is she just super friendly?
I think Da Nang's people is very friendly.
So what are some of the best activities in Da Nang?
There's so much to do in Da Nang. You can go to the Helio Night Market. It's designed for younger generation and it's not too touristy. Next, you can go to the Dragon Bridge. We have the fire show at 9 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays.
Alright, awesome. That sounds really cool. Duc decided to come along with us for the afternoon to the market and the fire show. It was really great having him around to help me navigate all of the different vendors and food because there was just so much going on. Oh, what is that?
Trứng cút lộn. And in English it's like the baby chicken. The young one is becoming a chicken.
An interesting thing that I've noticed only in Vietnam is the small seating. Like, these chairs and tables are very tiny. At first I thought it was primarily for children until I saw it everywhere and mostly adults sitting at the tables. Interesting thing is that there's Bruno Mars playing in the background as I'm walking around. I find that kind of funny.
Do you want to try this?
Yeah. Right, so this is apparently a staple, or more of a popular food here in Vietnam. It's basically a sandwich with different fillings. I'm not even sure what's in this, honestly. But here we go, taste test. It's quite good. There's some type of sausage in the inside. There's cheese, carrots, and butter. Quite delicious and very crispy. The bread is very good. It's like a mini baguette. For my main meal, I ended up getting fried rice. I'm not too adventurous. That's why I got fried rice. But there is a lot of really interesting food that I haven't seen before that I wish I was more adventurous to try. Leaving the market, we got stuck in a traffic jam heading to the fire show, but it didn't last too long. Come on. I just got out of a car and got dropped off here. The driver was very nice, but I don't speak Vietnamese and he doesn't really speak English. All that he knew was okay. So we were communicating with that one word. He kept driving farther and farther along this road and just kept saying okay and pointing at the shoulder. And I was like, okay, pointing, and finally he understood and then pulled over, but then kept moving like 3 miles per hour. So I was trying to open up the door and he kept saying like, okay, and I'm like, I can't get out of the car if we're moving. But eventually he came to a stop and I got out. It's very busy down here right now. So the show takes place up on top of the bridge, but in order to get there, I have to cross this very busy road. Good luck to me. Goodness gracious. Somehow a child managed to get stuck in the median. I can't tell if that baby's crying because of me or the fire, but he keeps looking at me like he's terrified. I'm trying to leave early, but the crowd is insane to get through. I'm glad I left when I did. Oh God, what is happening? I really hope that's water and not gas. It was water, thankfully, but people on the bridge were getting soaked. Apparently that's how the show ends. I'm glad I was not up there with my camera. Oh my hair. That's when you know my head was out the window. Driving here is unlike I've ever personally seen in any other country. Here it's like the US, you drive on the right side, but our driver kept going into the left lane. There are people coming. He goes into the left lane and then people kind of just go off onto the shoulder on their side in order to avoid colliding head on with him. Also, the other thing is that there are a lot of intersections here that are just like stop signs, and what they tend to do is just drive right through but honk their horn the entire time, I guess so that if another car is coming, they hear you, but they don't stop, they don't even slow down, they just go straight through that intersection holding down their horn. But I guess if those are the rules and everyone knows that, then it works. The next day, I'm gonna be heading over to Hoi An. What hotel would you suggest in that area?
In Hoi An, there's a place that I like. It's called Hoi An Boutique. It's a new place.
The drive from Da Nang to Hoi An really was not that bad. It was about 40 minutes. The cool thing is that the hotel we're staying at and downtown is located on this tiny island, so it's honestly one of the best locations to stay at. Big thanks to Duke for the recommendation. Thank you. Yeah. Right now it's too early to check in, so we're just leaving our luggage in the lobby, at least my clothing. I'm taking my bag with me because that's like my laptop and important things. Oh, look at this little birdie stuck in the cage. Poor guy. Do me a favor and keep in mind how empty this street is. I'll come back around to this point very soon. First impression of this town is that it's very walkable. Like, there's hardly any cars, mostly motorbikes, bicycles, or just people walking. Overall, the town had a very welcoming atmosphere. It's very colorful, beautiful, very easily walkable, a lot of shops. I could see how you could spend a lot of time here just lingering around and just wandering and looking at cool things. It's really nice, but a little bit overwhelming at times when there's large crowds of people. There are a lot of really colorful, cute, tiny alleys to just walk down and explore. Only thing that's difficult, people coming through. Tight squeeze. I'm looking for a restaurant. I think there's probably one down this little alleyway. Well, I mean, I don't think. There definitely are, but I'm looking specifically for a sandwich. I don't even know where I am. This is cool though. Like little alleyways, but not sketchy alleyways. Very pretty. Nice alleyways, well decorated. It's crazy. We walked like 40 feet down some roads and now it's really quiet and all the tourists are gone. This is much nicer actually. 2 people. Thank you. I got a sandwich just to get a taste of home. I like to do that while traveling. It's very good.
They want you to put it on your shoulder.
Is it heavy? Yeah, pretty heavy. Here are 2 examples of motorbikes not getting a single just almost running over pedestrians. I really hope no motorcycle comes through while I'm walking down here. There's not very much room to move. So what exactly is Hoi An best known for?
So in Hoi An, there's also many things to do, but Hoi An is famous for the tailors, so make sure that you get a suit done for you there.
Hello, good, how are you?
You can come inside to have a look to get some idea. So this one, you want something in the blue color for you?
That would be great, yes.
Yeah, 90. Should be good.
So I'm done at the tailor. That was a big process, I'll just say that. It was quite overwhelming. I'm excited to see how the suits will come out, and also it's gonna be done by tomorrow at 11 a.m. So less than 24 hours. Remember earlier when I said to remember that road? Yeah, this is the same road 2 hours later. All of the vendors are coming out setting up for the night market. This happens every night of the week from Monday to Sunday. Guys, look at how much has set up since we came back to our hotel. Right there is where our driver dropped us off. We're back to check in. It's been enough time.
We're coming to check in. There's a bags, everything.
I just quickly want to give this hotel a shout out. This is not sponsored. They had the friendliest, most helpful staff, and it was in a great location, as you already saw. It is one of the best hotels I've ever stayed at while traveling. I would highly recommend staying here if you come to Hoi An. So I've made it to my new room, and it is really nice. This room is $25 a night, and it's right in the middle of downtown, so the location's great. Here's the bathroom. Definitely on the nicer side. One thing that I have noticed is that the doors in both the hotels have not had peepholes to look outside if someone knocks. I'm not sure why that is, but all the hotel rooms I've stayed in Thailand have always had one. So what would be the best way for me to get around Hoi An?
You should also rent a bike and cycle around the old town.
Time to take a ride on one of these bikes. I'm gonna try my best to record while biking and not crashing. We'll see how this goes. Getting past Main Street was very overwhelming, but certainly not impossible. You just have to take your time or decide to go earlier in the day. I don't even know where I'm going. Lordy Jesus. So I tried driving through Old Town. Oh my goodness, let me tell you, that is not fun on a motor or on a bicycle. By any means, not fun. You guys could see how crowded and ridiculous that was. I almost got hit by like 3 different cars. But once I was out of Old Town, it was a very pleasant ride. I'm decided to go down a pedestrian road because it was getting way too wild down there. Cute little road though. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be riding a bike down here. Oh, there's another guy with a bike. Looks like he's selling something. I'm scared I'm gonna run into someone, goodness gracious. Oh, a lot of people. That's kind of cool, right off the back of a bicycle. I'm gonna show you guys how this bike works. It's actually quite interesting. I can't remember how she did this. She put this forward, I think. Yeah, there's that. And then the key is up here, or you push this down first. And then you remove this key. And then now, the tire can't spin because that's in the middle of the spokes of the wheels. I wouldn't want to know what would happen if I lost this thing though. That would kind of suck, just have to carry the bike all the way back. It's the next day and I'm heading to the tailor to go pick up my suits. Now that I've been here for about a day, I've picked up on some of the, they're not scams, but they're definitely techniques that people use to make money, which I find really interesting. So I fell for one yesterday, which I actually don't regret. It was actually really cool. There's a lot of people, specifically women, with the fruit hanging on their, like, on their shoulders. There's a ton of them everywhere. And they'll ask you, they'll just say photo, and then of course you're like, oh yeah, I want a photo, that's cool. And they'll put it on your shoulder like they did to me yesterday. And then they'll be like, okay, well now you get to buy fruit since I got a photo with you. Honestly, I think it's a really smart tactic. But now that I've done it once, I've kind of picked up on it because every single one that I walk past, they're like photo, photo, photo. I think one thing you have to keep in mind if you come to an area like this that's very touristy is that you just need to accept that you're going to be hassled a little bit, not necessarily in a bad way, but people will definitely be trying to sell you things. In the US, where I'm from, if you say no to someone, then they just cut the conversation there, no questions asked. At least most of the time, they should. That's what's socially acceptable. And then they'll just cut the conversation and it'll be done there. But somewhere like here, they'll keep pushing and pushing and pushing for a little bit, and it can become uncomfortable for someone like me who's used to the conversation just ending when you say no. But like I said, if you expect for it to happen, then you'll be perfectly fine.
Really very nice, yeah. It's like open casket level.
while I'm in Hoi An, where would I find the best and most authentic Vietnamese food?
Like try some street food and try to walk around the night market.
Could I get a veggie one? Vegetarian?
Vegetarian?
Yeah, this is vegetarian
Okay.
in there. I'll take one. These look delicious. It's very crispy. Hello. The sign said it's called a Vietnamese pizza. Also, I asked for a vegetarian one, but I think it has chicken in it. Interesting thing is that in Southeast Asia, a lot of the time, vegetarian is still chicken included. I'm not sure why. At some point, I wasn't paying attention, and I literally ate the paper. You see that? I don't know when it happened, but it's been done. My bad. Could you tell me about Vietnamese people just in general? Like, how do they feel about tourists?
I think Vietnamese people are really friendly, and they would be curious about your camera, and they'd like to take photos with you. You should learn some Vietnamese phrases.
Alright, so what would be some phrases that I could use at a local market?
The first is xin chào, is hello. Cảm ơn is thank you, and bao nhiêu tiền is how much. Like, to be honest, Vietnamese is a hard language, but if people see you try to speak a little bit of Vietnamese, it will help you to get along with people.
That is very helpful, thank you.
One inside eating and blow out. Okay?
Okay. Blow like a dragon. Come on.
Many more.
It kind of tastes like Fruit Loops almost, and it does not have the texture of ice cream. It's very crunchy, like a stale marshmallow. No, I thought of a better comparison. It's more like cheese balls. If you've ever had these living in the US, that's exactly what the texture's like. Not the taste, but the texture. Just very crunchy and airy. What do you personally think is the coolest thing to do at nighttime in Hoi An? Like kind of the nightlife.
To see the floating lanterns at night in the rivers.
Like most cities, right now is the time when it's the most busy. People everywhere. You got some octopus, some frogs. I think that's chicken. Looks good. Well, thank you so much for helping me plan my trip. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Ethan. I'm looking forward to meeting you in Da Nang.
And it is that easy to make a new friend, learn a new language and culture, and get secret advice on the place that you want to visit from a local, all by using Italki. Italki is one of the coolest language learning platforms out there. You can learn over 150 different languages in one-on-one personalized lessons with native speakers. Since they're actual people and not just software, you can ask questions, learn slang words, and you can talk about any topic that you would like, including local travel advice for the place that you're gonna visit. For this video, I took a Vietnamese lesson with a few different teachers, one of them being Duc, as you guys saw. On Italki, you can look for certain criteria that matches whatever teacher you're looking for. For example, I found teachers in Da Nang by just searching up Da Nang. On top of that, you can filter instructors by using a few different categories. You can choose whatever type of lesson you'd like, whether it's to practice conversation, prepare for something work-related, study for a test, or have an instructor that's good with children. The teacher's schedule is displayed directly on the site, making choosing a lesson time really easy. The best part of Italki is the payment. You pay per lesson. There's no subscription or commitment, and lessons start at only $5. And many different teachers have deals if you buy multiple lessons at once. So click the link in my description to start learning on Italki and get $5 off of your first lesson by using ITALKIETHAN at checkout. The discounts are only available for the first 50 people, so if you're interested, you better hurry up because it's gonna go quick. Anyway, thank you so much to Italki for sponsoring this video and for making this video possible in the first place. I greatly appreciate it. Before I go, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who supports this channel on Patreon. Thank you guys so very much. I greatly appreciate all of your support. Because of you, I'm able to continue making content and show you all of the beautiful places that the world has to offer. So thank you guys so very much. I greatly appreciate all of your support. And an extra special thank you goes to Robert Swan, R. Michael Blackburn, Scott Krutz, Peter Nguyen, Brian Butterfield, Eric Fast, Michael Posh, Scott Sweaters, and Britt Saunders. Once again, thank you guys so very much. I greatly appreciate it. If you would like to support the channel in any other way, feel free. I'll leave all the information in the description, but other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Peace out. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.